Alright, my name is Matthew Jester. I'm just making this very quick video here regarding what hypnosis is and going over some of the basics. So, I have a certificate of completion here. This just shows that I'm certified in hypnosis, of course, and I am competent in the field. So, we'll go ahead and get started with the introduction. Please watch my video, Hypnosis, Abuse, and Speech Inhibition. I will leave a link in the description. I will also leave additional links in the description of other relevant videos. I've been abused with hypnosis, and my ability to speak is being inhibited with hypnosis, which is why I have to read everything when I make videos. If you notice me stuttering, speaking slowly, being unable to speak clearly, or any other difficulty speaking, I explain how this is being done to me in my video, Hypnosis, Abuse, and Speech Inhibition. Also, I will be raising my right index finger whenever the hypnosis is inhibiting my ability to speak so that I can point out the hypnosis inhibiting my ability to speak without interrupting myself in video. So please pay attention to my body language when I raise my finger, because you're most likely going to be able to notice the hypnosis. If you notice the strain there, that's what I mean. That's one example of it, but the first theory is that hypnosis is the same thing as trance. Depending on how you define hypnosis, you could use the terms trance and hypnosis interchangeably, although I personally differentiate, as not all trances will increase an individual's susceptibility to accepting post-hypnotic suggestions or hypnotic commands like hypnosis is intended to. There is no official definition of hypnosis that is recognized by the scientific community as a whole, so either definition is technically not incorrect. Correction. According to the Human Givens theory, hypnosis is any artificial method of accessing the REM state which is naturally active while dreaming. This theory of hypnosis would provide a logical explanation for all the phenomenon that is associated with hypnosis. In case anyone is not familiar with REM or the REM state, it's an acronym for rapid eye movement and is the second stage of sleep when we dream. Okay. Somnambulism. Somnambulism is the medical terminology for sleepwalking, and in hypnosis is a deep stage of trance that mimics a very similar appearance to sleepwalking, which is why this stage of trance was named somnambulism. This is the stage of trance known to produce the most profound hypnotic effects, and is when post-hypnotic suggestions are primarily given. Post-hypnotic suggestions. Post-hypnotic suggestions are instructions and or commands given to subjects while in somnambulism that are carried out upon waking from trance or after specified hypnotic cues or after a specified date and or time. Heteroaction. Heteroaction means that after successfully responding to one post-hypnotic suggestion, the chances of successfully responding to a different post-hypnotic suggestion will increase. Homoaction. Homoaction means that repetition of a post-hypnotic suggestion will result in a stronger or more intense response to the post-hypnotic suggestion. Critical factor or critical faculty. The critical factor or critical faculty is not a part of the brain or a tangible object. It is just a concept, although a very real concept, just like time. The conscious mind or the unconscious mind. In hypnosis, there is an important concept known as the critical factor or critical faculty. It means the exact same thing and is most commonly known as the critical factor, although in my hypnosis course it was referred to as the critical faculty, and that is what I'm going to be referring to it as in this video. The critical faculty is responsible for processing, interpreting, analyzing, and questioning information before acceptance into the unconscious mind. The critical faculty is commonly described as a filter, firewall, or barrier in between the conscious and unconscious mind that is responsible for processing, questioning, interpreting, and analyzing whether or not the information should be accepted or rejected as true or false in order to develop an accurate understanding of reality. An oversimplified understanding of what the critical faculty is the conscious awareness and short-term memory. Although they're not the same thing, short-term memory is a form of memory. The critical faculty is information processing, and the conscious mind is responsible for much more than processing information in short-term memory. The critical faculty is capable of processing a lot of information very quickly, and although it's limited in its information processing capabilities, the critical faculty is limited to processing 7 plus or minus 2 bits of information at a time. That's 5 to 9 bits of information at a time. Very similar to the short-term memory in regards to remembering phone numbers. Children under the age of 7 have underdeveloped critical faculties that readily accept information without questioning, processing, analyzing, or interpreting the information. An example of this would be how children will believe in the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, and the Tooth Fairy. In the deep hypnotic trance known as somnambulism, the critical faculty can be less capable of rejecting information that can be as than that. In the deep hypnotic trance known as somnambulism, the critical faculty can be less capable of rejecting information than that of a small child's. Hypnosis will bypass the critical faculty in a variety of ways so that the suggestions will be accepted by the unconscious mind without being questioned or analyzed. Common methods for this include confusion, distraction, overwhelming, processing capability in shock. In Ericksonian hypnosis and subliminal messaging, the critical faculty is often bypassed by distracting, consuming conscious attention to an overwhelming extent that no conscious attention is drawn to the post-hypnotic suggestions or subliminal messages that are involuntarily accepted by the unconscious mind because the ability to process and or question the information is bypassed. The second method is seen in direct hypnosis and stage hypnosis, which uses shock to stimulate the reorientation response, which is a survival mechanism used to rapidly adjust to a situation in an emergency and stimulates a fast-acting pathway in the brain called a PGO spike. During the reorientation response, processing capabilities are limited in the critical faculty can sometimes be bypassed, which can result in automatic or immediate acceptance of sensory stimuli and even the suggestion to sleep, inducing the subject into somnambulism. During the reorientation response, the mind is reorienting all sensory stimuli and information simultaneously, resulting in an overload of information that overwhelms the critical faculty's processing capability. Stimulating the reorientation response in a PGO spike is often used in rapid inductions to induce somnambulism in less than 5 minutes and used in instant inductions to induce somnambulism in less than 1 minute. Okay. So if you notice that I got tense at all, or even like scrunched up my eyes or anything along those lines, any abnormal facial expressions, those are other examples of the hypnosis, other miscellaneous examples of the hypnosis's effects, as well as the, this is called the sensation of spinning and, the sensation of cognitive inhibition from the hypnosis. They told me that they were going to, so what ended up happening was the people that hypnotized me told me that they were going to take me to the laundromat, hypnotize me to feel as if, hypnotize me to feel dizzy, disoriented, confused, to experience memory loss, dysphoria, nausea, confusion, I already said that one, and a variety of other unpleasant, sometimes even pain, unpleasant or inhibiting post-hypnotic suggestions whenever I would try to disclose evidence or resist post-hypnotic suggestions, etc. And I was hypnotized to feel like my brain was going through a washing machine on the spin cycle, turning to mush. And they told me that they were doing that to me because they were, quote, brainwashing me. Well, I also was raising my finger whenever I had that sensation that was coming and going from the hypnosis, which is why I kept it pretty up. Just pointing that out as well, which, I mean, isn't necessarily as visible, but I am definitely going to keep doing it because, like I said, I'm not going to tolerate the post-hypnotic suggestions. Anyways, or, abuse, right? And please watch my video, Hypnosis, Abuse, and Speech Inhibition, because I am really being abused extensively with hypnosis. I'm not even able to talk. I have a YouTube channel that is mostly just videos of me recording myself because the hypnosis is inhibiting my ability to write. And I have to do all of that because, the hypnosis inhibits my ability to speak and represses my memory. So in order to compensate for that, I've started writing everything down because it would be too noticeable if I started having difficulty reading for whatever reason. And, I mean, that's what I'm also saying is none of this is even from memory either, right? So this is all written down very clearly and legibly as well, I want to point out. So, there is no, other possible excuse or explanation other than, this is the hypnosis causing it. And, you should honestly be able to tell what I'm talking about. And if not, please watch the video that I'm talking about, Hypnosis, Abuse, and Speech Inhibition, and there is a 99% chance that you're going to see, oh, I know exactly what he's talking about. Wow, that is absolutely horrible. This is something that has never happened in all of time or history, to have somebody having to do this. So anyways, again, please watch that video. I am begging you, please watch that video. And watch these videos when my finger goes up because, it's going to be so obvious. Anyways, thank you. Have a great day.